And we're back. Hey Twitch, second part of our show for tonight. We got through the main gate, thanks to Atlas doing some mind breaking. Sorry, I got nothing else. So go
so
ahead.
you guys are no. Yeah, so you're flying like a somewhat rickety grav transport truck loaded full with genetically modified human beings, human lookalikes anyway. The 50 love or leisure servitors that you have transported out. Yeah, so it's a pretty quiet drive, just basically in traffic. It's a busy planet, guys. Like, Max, your attention is basically totally on the road, as like trucks are coming in and flying up and like jump in front of you, and everything in traffic moves at
I fucking
speed.
honk at him. Like,
Yeah,
You're
like
getting like
within-
constant prompts from
within
Barlow
a-
being like, "Take this, no, turn here. No, why didn't you turn here? Take this passage. It's faster." Like backseat driving from the back compartment.
Yeah,
you
which-
know how long I've been here?
Yeah, so like trucks come up. There's often untagged like luxury looking grab cars and speeders that come in clearly with more important people in them who just slide in and expect you to kind of like yield to them, and so it's a pretty hectic drive. But as far as these go, it's peaceful and it's home again. It's a busy planet. The city never sleeps for sure in this place. And around you, so the sun on this part of the city is setting at the time, though you can't see it because there's been sort of rolling cloud banks that are above you. Although buildings peak up above them, there are certain buildings people pay a premium for to essentially always have sunlight where in their living quarters. And a lot of these people who live in these like large complexes, these almost like dome-like structures where their business, their leisure time, their sleeping quarters are all within like one residential block, and they kind of people live their lives within that single little block that has miles and miles of like passageways that they can walk down. But in terms of the scope and scale of the city is very small unless they have a reason to go out and about in it. But some people have to do the work to make sure that food goes from here to there, that labor gets into place, that there are people who can make maintenance repairs and make sure that the city keeps ticking. And ticking it does. You're seeing all this as you drive along. I need you to make me a stealth roll.
Okay. I gotta make it right because I'm driving.
Mm-hmm. And you can use your dex. I can get an argument for another stat if you want to use it.
My dex is my only good stat, so
Yeah, so you're
got an 8.
cool.
Oh fuck!
Yeah, so about 30 or 40 minutes into your drive, it was about an hour away that you're going. You get a little notice indicator on the the sort of basic computer panel around you that gives you your sort of spatial awareness, and there's a beeping that indicates like in a red light. And Atlas, you lean over and look at this beeping, and you can see there's a notice that says law enforcement activity. Pull over.
I pull over.
Yeah, so you get a pathway, and actually, when you sort of acknowledge and sort of merge lanes to peel off, there's a virtual like a sort of like map quest, but in 3D. Like say like it gives you a route to take to like pull over, so you're not flying in the highway, basically the air highway, the speedway. And yeah, you pull down into an area of the city that's got some bustling traffic, but as your truck lands or whatever, and the crowd sort of grudgingly part to put you down, there's several like looks like security vehicles, speeders that either have sensor equipment on them or perhaps even some gunnery, pull in, and there's a comms call that goes out that says, "Clear the area, law enforcement. Clear the area, law enforcement." And then the crowd sort of parts at that point, and you put your truck down and land it. And wait a minute as these speeders circle over. One stays airborne for a moment, but then peels off as your truck comes to a stop, and then two others in a transport of some sort all land and surround the vehicle and pop down. And there's a moment of quiet. You've got a moment before they come out. Do you want to do anything or say anything?
Oh, I just like look over at Atlas and I say, "Well, got any more of those mind tricks?"
Only really works on one person, not 8.
Fuck, there's 8 of them.
Well, you haven't seen how many there are yet. There's several vehicles.
Several
Yeah.
All right, let me talk my way through this.
Is this something that we're aware of in the back compartment?
You
of
feel
the
it
vehicle?
land, and you can knock back and use
And it's
local
like-
comms.
We got bogeys. We got law enforcement. I'm gonna try to talk my way through it, but be prepared.
Oh, yep. We're
Be prepared.
Varlo breaks out into a cold sweat immediately. Just
Varlo. Does this cam only goes to the cabin, or can it look around outside too?
one direction only.
All right.
So yeah, a moment passes, and two of the speeders, which are single like motorbikes, basically like security officers. You can't see both of them, max for a moment. But then in your like computer display, visual display, you see a security officer sort of walking up, holding looks like a laser pistol, not holstered, but not like pointed at the vehicle. It's just at a ready and walking and checking the vehicle out. So there's two security officers, and then out of the car, the police cruiser, if you will, 3 or 4 other figures come out. So there's a total of 2 like security officers that are approaching, and 4 others that are at the car that are coming from in front of you straight towards you.
Motherfucker. You know, these guys have always been hard asses. I like comment over to Atlas. It's like we're getting surrounded.
Should we kill them? You says that in
No.
your mind.
No. Let me talk my way through it. I got some street cred in these parts.
Do we have the telepathic network between the 4 of us up?
I could have set it up.
I'm just curious.
You can
Yes.
set it. Do you have
Yeah.
to see them, Atlas? To
No,
activate it.
Now that since I
Yeah,
have
they're in the car. You can activate it.
Okay.
Sure.
yeah, so I activate it since they're my mutual contacts or whatever it is for that one ability. I don't need to commit effort for it. So yeah,
Cool.
yeah, just
Yeah, you have Carmela, and I would say you don't have Joran's.
Sure.
yeah, probably not.
Sure.
Cool.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
so
since they're in
you
range, you can...
wait, and the security officers do the 2 security guards or some sort of police officers do like a quick scan of the truck and look it over, but don't approach the cab. They like step back and stand at the ready, and 4 figures come forward, and if you're just waiting there in the vehicle, you can see after a moment they're walking slowly and deliberately towards the truck, and you see after a moment that it's not 4 people. It's 3 people and 1 looks like some sort of droid walker, some sort of drone walking towards you, armed, armored. It's approaching, and as you wait there, let me see if I put these in. You see 3 figures approaching. I have headshots for them, so I will drop in what their headshots look like, though you don't get the headshot in detail at the moment. Refresh. you see two individuals walking up in
Yeah,
I'm going.
I see a
That
big
one
ball
went
on
in.
his head.
Ah, there we go. There's the other one. I wanted to do this rather than put it on stream. So yeah, you see two coming in. More importantly, as you are watching them approach, they are slowly walking. One clearly has a helmet on their head. The other doesn't have a visual display up, but is clearly you can see the running lines of sort of cybernetic infrastructure in their brain, and clearly some sort of neural implant of um, advanced ability. TL4, probably 5, by how integrated it is with his skull. They are dressed in the telltale navy of the Terranite priest caste, the Raja. Very unlike robes, though. Normally, the Terranite, the two of you, Varlo and Max, would know that the Terranites are in generally navy robes of some various cut and cloth. These aren't robes. They're navy, very dark navy, bordering on black, and they seem to be in bodysuits of some sort, near form-fitting armor that creeps up all the way to their neck. These suits, like I said, are deep navy, nearing black, and they move eloquently with their human forms. If you weren't certain that you couldn't see their privates, you would think that they were in their skin. It's the armor, in which it looks like armor, because there are padded areas and bulges poking out, moves in concert with their skeletal structure as they walk forward. Points of their armor seem to jut out of their very bones and their ligaments, and it bends and contracts and seems to shrink and grow with the body themselves. All three are wearing the customary Raja caste smooth helmets. I think I showed you guys that at some point, but it's a smooth glass helmet. But as you approach, they lift, and you can see one person, their helmet half lifts, and you see a woman's lower half jaw and face, but it stays on top, and there's a comms infrastructure there. And you can see her making slight twitches with her jaw and a point, and you can see the stalker drone that was coming up with them sort of respond to it, and you can get a sense that that's a drone pilot, somebody who's operating remotely as she goes along, the drone that's with them. The center one, the last man who approaches, walks forward to the vehicle and stands at the front of it, like looking at you over the hood into the the windshield, basically. And he looks something like this once he stands there and lifts up his visor.
Jeez.
Quick question, guys. Do you remember what the fuck was the name of the institute that for Atlas's quest for Dr. Min? Like, what was there was like a biopsionic research thing for the Terranites, but do you guys remember the name of the institute?
You can tell me. I didn't give you a name of it because I didn't have it.
Okay, I'm gonna call it the let's see, is that located?
I am Lakutis.
What do you call it?
We'll just call it the Terranite Research Center.
Okay.
Just something broad, and then I can
The
bullshit
TRC.
You would
it.
know. It would not be called the Terranite Research Center in the sense that they don't call themselves Terranites. It's that's the outsiders, everybody who's not part of.
What do
the
they call
system.
themselves?
So they are. So I'll say that the name of the center that Tabitha mentioned is the.
Oculus Improvement Clinic. Perfect. I need something to bullshit my way over the fact that we're bringing a bunch of
Come out.
people somewhere.
Come out, guys. 1 second.
This is my plan, guys. I'm gonna walk into this because I don't think I can hide from these guys the fact that we're transporting a bunch of people. So I'm gonna tell them we're taking them to the Oculus Improvement Center to test the pathogens for this vaccine. I'm just gonna fucking bullshit we're doing the Atlas quest to these guys. How does that sound?
You're the talker, man.
Okay, yeah, follow my lead. This is gonna end up with all of us either in a shootout or dead or in jail. One of the three.
The
Why
best
not
way
all
to-
three?
Best way for a campaign.
I'm trying to think of like a way we can weave into the fact that like I've got
We can't
Well,
leave the
we
we
don't-
can't lead the strip club into it. I just don't see how.
no. I'm trying to think of like some way that I can use some of like the shit that I know. Like I probably had a hand in designing some of this shit. I wonder if I have a failsafe that we can turn them off with. Like I don't.
Well, the thing is, like, as I'm talking, Atlas will relay everything back to you. So, like,
Okay.
if they fucking open the door, you gotta roll with my
Well,
story.
we can
never drop.
we can hear what
the
you're.
con.
Yeah.
Never
So-
drop the con.
Sorry about that, Twitch and everybody else.
No worries.
My son woke up because he had to pee, which is muy bueno for potty training. That's a first. He woke up because he
Hey.
had to pee, and he didn't just pee.
Congratulations,
Good job,
Jimmy,
Tristan.
and good job, Tristan.
Yes, thank you. Anyway,
Stream.
whew, yeah, so that happened. Yeah, he's been in bed for like 2 hours. So, anyway, where were we?
We're about to get our shit rammed in by these fucking police officers.
Yeah, so can you make me a quick no check, Varlo and Max?
Boy, this is good. Do we
And
want to
it's
do two separate
wisdom.
ones?
Yeah, it's 2 separate because it's who knows what.
It's wisdom. Okay.
Yeah. You could make it. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Varlo, you can't see them, but you hear the description as it's relayed to you, I guess, by Atlas as they're approaching before their helmets come off, and you hear it mentioned that they are. Oh, I guess I'm not seeing. Yeah, I'll give it to you on a 9. So you know that you recognize members of the priest caste, and ones that are coming with security officers with form-fitting body armor of some sort. Your mental alarm bells start going off. This definitely sounds like either military members. There are some of the priest caste who control the military. More likely than that is these are members of the Inquisition itself, the Order of the White Lotus. And in fact, you can see, Max, although you're like a little too concerned about the situation to really pick out the broader significance of the details, you see the main figure walking forward, the guy I put in the middle there. That he's got a little vestment of some sort, a little piece of cloth, and it's got a small white lotus on the shoulder. And you notice this. And yeah, he walks over and his visor peels away over his whole head. And he looks in and gestures to the two of you out of the vehicle in the front of the cab.
Shrug. All right, follow my lead. I exit.
Yeah, same.
Cool, yeah. Yeah, and as you stand and approach, and Atlas,
I guess
you
I leave my weapons in there, but I still got the symbiote gun on my arm, so
Oh yeah, that's right.
they don't know about that. But like, I leave the mag pistol and the spike thrower and all that shit in the
Yeah.
cab.
He glances you up and down, this figure in front of you. The other two sort of eye you up and down, and then step back and observe. They all, the one in front of you, the main one, doesn't appear to be armed. The two others, one is clearly is piloting the drone that is walking, and as you and Atlas walk around, it takes up position and goes "Shunk," and like raises a large laser cannon that looks like, and like posts up and like takes guard, or just is guarding around. It's not pointed at you guys specifically, but it's in watch mode. Um, yeah, the one with the drone helmet on seems to have a laser pistol in a holster. No, that is, excuse me. The other one has the pistol. The guy with the woman with the drone doesn't appear to be armed. Anyway, the helmet off. There's a sort of bald-headed figure in front of you. You guys would know, or you would know, Max, that the Terranite priest caste denotes rank by various, not only like cybernetic implants in the skull and around, but in particular depictions of what look to be like circuitry that runs through, that sort of meld and blend between actual circuitry that maybe go to sort of an ear implant or something that can come out over the eye to give an enhanced visual display, and also like tattoos that run in the back of the skull. This figure in front of you has what you see and doesn't have a lot of the tattoos, but the armor itself, if that's what it is, his skin is growing up over his jaw. And he pauses for a moment and he says, "You stand before Vestark Joshua Nguyen."
Vestark Joshua Nguyen.
Vestark, but you may just call me Mr. Nguyen, if that suits you. Vestark Joshua Nguyen. Vestark, you're standing before one of the High Inquisitors. Don't quite figure out, or you're going to figure out shortly that it's an Inquisitor in terms of like putting the pieces together. But Vestark is a term that everybody from this planet knows. This is like the equivalent of a cardinal in the Christian church.
All right. I nod my head to him. I'm honored. I'm honored.
You bring one of the Lepidomo on this planet.
I do. He's necessary.
What brings you here, cousin? And he looks at Atlas.
Cousin. Atlas this is the first time someone has said something like that to him, and he just sort of like tilts his head a bit. Oh God, what brings us here? He sort of says, business. I am a healer.
How do you communicate with him?
I communicate with him via my actual voice.
Yeah.
He's fucking
Healer.
just like, Maximus just like, God damn it. God damn it.
Yeah, and so you said healer?
Yeah.
Your business is medical in nature. You are well armed for this with intriguing accoutrements. And he's like looking at your arm, Maximus.
You saw it?
He sees you've got a thing on your arm. It looks like a bug.
Yeah, Maximus nods. We've been around, found some useful armaments. We fetch a high price.
What is your business in New Jerusalem?
Well, allow me to introduce myself. I'm Maximus Horatio, formerly of the New Jerusalem 7th Battalion, Unit 4719th Squad. Our business is we are transporting some new test subjects to the Occultist Improvement Clinic for their biopsionic research into some pathogens, kind of like gives him like a knowing look. Says, "Need I say more? Our El Pidomo here is here to make sure cargo arrives safe and sound."
Less 7th Battalion. A deserter, then.
I served my time.
I see. Were you honorably discharged?
Yes, sir.
He looks back and gives a nod, and the non-drone pilot like seems to like go foggy-eyed and is clearly like searching some database. What did you say your name was? Maximus.
Maximus Horatio.
Maximus Horatio.
It's the first time anyone's heard my last name.
I thought I
We'll
was fake.
confirm that. And
No,
you're
it's real.
carrying a cargo of
People.
people.
Test subjects, yeah. For the
I'm like
bionic
I'm like
research.
screaming in your head through Alice's participants. They prefer the term participants.
I guess some people call them participants, I guess. I mean, look, sir, they don't describe to me the fine details of these things. I just make sure it happens.
Yeah, let me make a roll real quick before I respond. So flat 2d6.
Barlow is building a bomb in the back
Oh
of the car.
no.
Roll for bomb. I don't know that you have things for bomb.
Fucking double
Yeah.
that ones. Pulls up the cargo.
You can make me a check if you want to try and build a bomb. Yeah, so Joshua Nguyen, Mr. Nguyen, looks up and down at you and says, "It is highly irregular if you were to be transporting on official business for the OIC. To be doing so in such a vehicle."
Yeah, I shrugged. Say, we were told discretion was advised. There are triad members in the area that have an interest in what we're transporting. We've been told it's been a pretty hot LZ. I shrug.
Triad. You believe you will encounter trouble from the Triad.
We've been told that they've been active here. The Taruna Triad. I've dealt with them in the past.
Yes. They are ubiquitous in this region of the sector. Termites.
Indeed.
It is a large city, though. You are also... yeah, actually, make me a... Just make me a 2d6. It's a... Oh, actually, you know what it's going to be? Give me your flat d20. Beat a... What's your base save? 14 or 13?
For physical or mental?
Physical.
12.
12. I mean, mental... What's the other saves?
My mental is 13. My evasion's the 12.
I'll give you the 12. Make me a DC 20.
DC 12,
physical,
D20 roll.
Yeah, D20 roll. 20. Oh god. So that's your luck roll. You happen to be driving in the direction that is also towards the generally the direction. Joshua frowns and he says, "You are heading towards the research facility, yes. We have not had reports that the Triad were active in such an area. If they had been, they would have been rooted out and executed summarily for their crimes."
Say that again? What would be rooted out and executed for their
The
crime?
Triad.
Right, okay. Yeah,
It
Maximus
should be
Tom.
safe travel.
It
Are you
should be.
feeding this like to the rest of us back in the
Yeah, I'm feeding
So
you.
that-
Don't worry.
Jimmy, could I like when he says that, could I like
Well, give me a second, because there's a thing, and let me read the thing. Does not. Okay. Yep. Yeah. So, yes, you can relay. You can be relaying Atlas.
So when like this is transpiring, I want to attempt to use my compad to tap into whatever kind of like calling the police, but mask the sending, so that like the point of origin is blocked, like unknown call an anonymous tip in, and report an incident of strange people that match the description of the triads assaulting a truck that sounds like ours.
Okay, so you want to make a hack, and you want to make a hack hastily without planning. All fine. I'm just like saying the
Yeah.
rules out loud. Um, where's the hack rules?
Because I imagine
So
I'd probably be familiar with like the protocol to call in an anonymous tip.
yeah, you could do it. It's just a lot easier when you're at a terminal. You're trying to air hack it.
Yeah.
Not easy. So it's assumed that a competent PC with program skills, familiar with common data formats, etc. Assuming the hacking protocols aren't restricted information, the hacker can drop a few credits and blah 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 blah. Well secured. So answer a specific question. So you're not asking it of anything. Get general information. That's all information. Complete database acquisition. Suppress a system. Subvert a system. Sabotage a system. Go to page 55. Tell me what you're trying to do, or a version of what you're trying to do, so we can set a DC for it.
I think
So it's more than get information because you're trying to actively introduce
I feel like
a piece
I'm
of
trying to
information.
subvert something. Like I'm trying to create a new bit of information that's inaccurate to subvert their investigation.
Yeah. So subvert a system, DC 10. Okay. Hacking circumstances. Human overseers are alarmed. Rushed work for an unplanned hack. Plus 2. So it goes up to a DC 12. Each hack after the first 24 hours. No. Sensitive system, probably, but I don't know. We're going to go plus more than that. Ordinary personnel system. Ooh, yeah, it's going to get higher. So it's going to be a tough hack. And you can't
Okay.
put a shunt in. You're just trying to put something out. Now, it's a believable piece of information in the sense of it would be what they're expecting. So it's going to take you a little bit of work. It's going to take you 5 or so minutes probably to put it together. You can take a little bit more time, and I'll lower the DC. Tell me how much time you want to take.
I'll probably be doing this as they're talking, so I'll take maybe 10 minutes, and if it looks like the conversation's going like badly, I'll rush from that point on. But keep in mind that my hacker feat at level 2 increases your hack duration. Well, no, never mind. It doesn't affect time. Never mind. I
Yeah,
misread something.
if you have modifiers, tell me, because I'm trying to just determine the DC right now.
No, it doesn't affect anything in this specific context. It's more about like if it's a tech that I don't otherwise understand, or if it's an unknowable or foreign system, then I innately know about it, but that doesn't really help me here.
So I would say that you've probably hacked the security channel before,
Mhm.
toying around with it. Maybe on your escape, in fact,
Yeah.
when you were getting out of town. So that will give you a -1, but it's a subvert system. It's unplanned, so it's a DC 10 to a DC 12, and it's against. I'm gonna say it's a minor government major corporation in the sense that it's not the most secure network that's available. It's over the air. That's 13. I'll give you a -1 for having hacked it before, so it's back to a DC 12.
Okay.
And it's gonna take you. And if you take the full 10 minutes, if you get the full 10 minutes, I'll give you another -1 DC 11.
Okay.
I'm there and keep him occupied for 10 minutes.
Yes. So you're on a clock. You can execute the hack. It just gets better if you get to 10 minutes.
Perfect.
Okay? So, back to the front. There's a look and it says, I'm going to need you to show my associate the manifest.
All right. I hand him over the manifest.
Yeah, so what does the manifest say?
Manifest probably says they doctored it up for us, but like Maximus would have wanted to keep it as close to the truth as possible in case something like this happened. So it probably says something like, but he didn't know about the mission going into this or anything like that. So it
Yeah,
probably
yeah.
says some. It probably it's a cover story, but it still says we're transporting people. It probably says we're transporting prisoners, like either indentured servants or fucking convicted felons or something
Well,
like that.
Keep in
Yeah.
mind, Maximus did know about the mission beforehand because
Did I?
Yeah,
If I
because
okay,
we got it
if
when
I
it came-
did, then
came
that
to
the
orbit.
fucking manifest would say what we're doing. But I don't know, Jimmy. This is one of those things. Like, do I need to make
very
a roll?
out of the rules. I like
Yeah.
what you said about prisoners. I think that's believable. I think
Yeah,
that's
because like it's
human
it's
trafficking
within the
would not be
realm.
condoned, but
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
transporting prisoners, but at the same time, it's like it's a cover story for the fact that we're doing something for kind of a shadow organization that's doing some shady shit for the government.
Yeah.
So like, prisoners is a good story. So we'll go with
There-
that.
there's a nod, and Joshua or the other dude who comes forward takes the manifest from you, and they all retreat for a moment. They walk away. Joshua steps back and stands staring kind of like uncomfortably at you, Atlas. He's somewhat unblinking, and just staring. And can we pause right there, actually? Because I think I need to go kiss my son goodnight.
Oh, yeah, for
Alright,
sure, man.
Yeah. So we're gonna pause at this moment as they're considering the manifest. So
It's a good time for another break, anyway.
yeah, you want to do a quick? We'll do a break here.
Yeah.
Kevin?
Yeah.
Muted.
We're gonna do it, guys. We're gonna get through this somehow.
Still muted. So muted.
God.
You're muted.
No.
Yeah?
You're muted. No, Kevin.
The Kevin is.
Oh.
And he's muted again. He's
Okay.
He's trying to-
The
he's
stupid
expressing-
microphone doesn't
There we
unmute
go.
sometimes.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're gonna take
We're
a
gonna take
break.
a quick
I'll be
break,
right back,
guys. We'll be back for the final hour of our show. Thanks for watching. Oh, I was recording that whole time. Damn it.